time and then you panic. Like if you have to replace one word or you can't replace one word, that's no problem. They're not going to mark you down for that. In the near future, we'll soon replace it. Will soon in the near future. So that's fine. I'm happy enough with that. Also, like students get so obsessed with not repeating words. For key words that have no have no or very limited ways of changing them, it is fine if you do repeat them. You should change them as much as possible, but only as much as possible. There's a limited number of ways that you can change teachers. Teachers, you could have educators, education, people that teach, things like that, and we'll try and do that as much as possible. But remember the purpose of the test. The purpose of the test is to assess whether you can clearly communicate in English through writing an essay. If you repeat a few words, that's not going to be a big problem. The big problem is the bigger things involved in, like the accuracy of your vocabulary, the appropriacy of your vocabulary, your grammar, your coherence and cohesion, your task achievement. So let's remind ourselves of the question. Do you agree with this statement? So this essay disagrees with this statement because computers, which is kind of a catch-all term for AI, are not advanced enough yet. And the second question, always refer back and students can effectively use online courses. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to, instead of immediately jumping into the next paragraph, read this and make sure that it makes sense. There's no mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. I'm doing this live. I will probably make a series of mistakes. AI could take the place of teachers in the near future. Many believe that AI. This essay disagrees with this statement because computers are not advanced enough yet, and students can effectively use online courses instead of attending class. Very clear. Like if you gave that to someone, they would know exactly what I thought about that, and two very clear reasons. Okay, so So computer learning is not at the stage yet where it can do the job of an effective educator. Okay, so I'm saying that they're not advanced enough yet. Exactly what I said up here. This is, so I need to explain that this is because students require many things that it's because students require many things that a computer cannot provide, such as feedback, emotional support, and assessment. these soft skills that teachers have are absolutely essential for the proper education of a child or adult. There is no computer program that can compete with human beings. And there is no computer program that can compete with human beings. At this level. Okay, let's read this. Computer learning is not at the stage yet where it can do the job of an effective educator. This is because students require many things that a computer cannot provide, such as feedback, emotional support, and assessment. These soft skills are absolutely essential for the proper education of a child or adult, and there is no computer program that can compete with human beings in these areas. Okay, for example, so I'm not going to use, I know up here we put translate, but just as I was writing, I was thinking of a better example that is linked to this, because we want to link all this together with the example, and that's Grammarly. Grammarly, you can check it out. It's a tool that checks your English, checks your grammar, but it has some major weaknesses. So it's perfect for this. For example, Grammarly is a program an application that can check for grammar errors but it falls short for English learners because it cannot tell someone what their main weaknesses are or explain why the mistake was made or how it can be fixed. So, for example, Grammarly is an application that can check for grammar errors, but it falls short for English learners because it cannot tell someone what their main weaknesses are or explain why the mistake was made or how it can be fixed. Okay. So I'm happy enough with that, and we can move on to the next one. So remember, alternative, check back here. However, online courses can be used by teachers to improve lessons. Okay, so just explaining how do online courses make education better. So, compare IELTS is a really good example. Compare your local IELTS teacher who maybe doesn't know much about IELTS, but is working out of their local school, and compare that with the very best in their field who can record lessons and through things like Skype, provide interactive feedback, or through online course platforms, provide practice activities, and it just enhances the whole experience. It's always very bad. For example, the very best universities in the world and I offer online learning platforms that allow anyone in the world to learn to enjoy their courses for free, and also have the option of having feedback sessions with their tutors through Skype. Okay, let's have a read of this. However, online courses can be used by teachers to improve lessons. That is to say that they can enhance their ability to teach by using technology. This allows the very best in their field to reach anyone in the world, record their lessons, and provide interactive feedback. For instance, the very best universities in the world, namely, now offer online learning platforms that allow anyone to enjoy their courses for free, and also have the option of having feedback sessions with their tutors through Skype. Okay. I want to link it back to the question a little bit. This does not replace the teacher, but makes them even more effective and available to a wider number of pupils. Okay. So I'm happy enough with that. Now I can do the conclusion. So the conclusion, what I'm going to do is look up here at the introduction, and I'm just going to paraphrase this. So although neural they've not reached the point where they can educate at an effective level due to lacking pedagogical is a fancy word for education. So although neural networks have made great strides in the past number of years, they have not reached the point where they can educate at an effective level due to lacking. However, teachers, I know I've repeated teachers many times, so I'll explain this in a second. However, teachers can I've probably repeated technology as well. Don't be freaking out. Don't be like many people do. Teachers can use technology. Okay. Okay, so I mentioned vocabulary there and repeating words. So what I found with both students and myself is often you'll get to the end, or even at the beginning, it doesn't matter where, but particularly at the end, you'll get, and you'll be like, oh, I've used this word so many times, or I've used this word so many times, and it actually stops you thinking and writing. And what you need to do is you need to write, you need to think, you need to get the answer on the paper. So a lot of people think that it is a vocabulary test instead of a writing test. So it's better to repeat some words, and then what you can do is you can go back and look and see, have I repeated these words? Is there any way that I can vary them at the end? Because it's very, very difficult to think of vocabulary, writing, ideas, all of these different things at the same time. It's better just to focus on one thing at a time. So, need to read this. Although neural networks have made great strides in the past number of years, they have not reached the point where they can educate at an effective level due to lacking pedagogical skills. However, teachers can use these tools, particularly online courses, to enhance their teaching and help even more people learn. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to read the whole thing again to check grammar, to check vocabulary, to check all of these different things. So let's read that. Many believe that AI could take the place of teachers in the near future. This essay disagrees with this statement because computers are not advanced enough yet. Students can effectively use online courses. Okay. Computer learning is not at the stage yet where it can do the job of an effective educator. This is because students require many things that a computer cannot provide, such as feedback, emotional support, and assessment. These soft skills are absolutely essential for the proper education of a child or adult, and there's no computer program that can compete with human beings in these areas. For example, Grammarly is an application that can check grammar errors, but it falls short for English learners because it cannot tell someone what their main weaknesses are or explain why the mistake was made or how it can be fixed. However, online courses can be used by teachers to improve lessons. That is to say that they can enhance their ability to teach by using technology. Put this technology because we're referring to online courses. This allows the very best in their field to reach anyone in the world, record their lessons, and provide interactive feedback. For example, the very best universities in the world, namely Harvard, now offer online learning platforms that allow anyone to join their courses for free.